Hello, everyone. I'm Lydia Adams, the conductor and artistic director of the Elmer Iseler Singers. And today I'm delighted to introduce you to Sharang Sharma, who is the 2020 Elmer Iseler Singers James T. Chestnutt Scholar in the Choral Arts. Sharang, it is a delight to welcome you to the Elmer Iseler Singers. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Lydia. The pleasure is entirely mine to be a part of this fabulous program and to sing with the choir that's always been motivating me throughout my life here in Canada. I've looked up to this choir and I'm so glad to be part of it now.
Well, that's marvelous. Sharang, this is sort of a get to know you session in a way. And I was wondering if you can remember an initial time, a time earlier in your life when you first felt that passion for choral music.
Well, that's a very interesting question for the reason that early in my life, I didn't have much choral music, but all of a sudden at the age of 9, I accidentally stumbled across this program hosted by the Austrian Cultural Forum in New Delhi. And to commemorate one of the anniversaries of the organization, they established an educational exchange. So they just randomly selected a whole bunch of students from New Delhi and sent them to Austria to experience what the child choir scene was there, and it was something I'd never experienced before. So it was an object of marvel. And then eventually in my life, we moved to Canada. I was 12 years old at the time, and all kind of personal music making had gone away. And with the great thing that is the public school system, the choir classes, they just put us together, and I was re-experiencing the same thing over again. And I realized that that is where I wanted to be. And that's how I have stuck with the world of choral music even unto today.
Wow, that's an amazing experience and marvelous that it was available. Really fantastic. Where did you learn your early skills?
Well, although I was exposed to choral music a lot longer before I started formally training in music, it was only in high school that I started studying saxophone. And with that, all of the musical things that come, they give you notation and lessons in notation and music theory. And then after that, after 2 years of studying saxophone in grade 9 and 10, I kind of just thought it was time to expand my knowledge, because I had some friends who were already doing the RCM harmony exams, counterpoint exams. So I just bought the books and I tried teaching myself as best as I could. I think that's one of the best and worst things I've done for myself, because I taught myself a lot of wrong things, but at least I knew that what needed to be corrected when I came to university.
Well, that's fantastic. I think you had a sort of connection with one of our singers, one of the Elmer Iseler Singers, sort of early on in your career.
It was exactly in that period when I was only beginning to study music in high school. And it was Nelson Lonis, who was my voice teacher at the time for a brief moment when I was doing auditions for university. He was also kind enough to hire me as one of his singers in his church choir. So again, an exposure to choral music and the world of ecclesiastical music, which is kind of my career at the moment. So I'm always very thankful to Nelson having motivated me at an early stage.
Well, I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that. Now, your studies took you to Western University in London, Ontario, and then to Oxford University in the UK. How did that all happen?
Well, it was a funny blend of not knowing what to do and the first available opportunity. So when I was going into my undergrad, most music schools required that I chose a specific program in which to enroll, perhaps education, theory, performance, though that was not a requirement at Western. So I thought it was best to experience it for myself and see what I wanted to pursue further on. And I really enjoy singing in front of people, for people, because there's that connection that one establishes. So I started studying performance at Western. And then 2 years after I was already done 2 years at Western, I took the opportunity to go to England, did an exchange program for a year at King's College London. And I was really fascinated by the different scholastic environments in the two countries. So I thought perhaps for my master's, I'd go back. And it seemed quite logical that if I wanted to aim for something, I'll try for whatever is in my reach. And then to my really unexpected surprise, that's what came up, and I ended up there. And I'm so very glad that I did.
Wow. Well, I think we all want to congratulate you on your recently completed Master's in Musicology from Oxford University. That's a tremendous achievement. How did you come to your area of intense study?
Well, thank you for that. My area of intense study at this point has been also informed by the time I worked as research assistant for Dr. Kate Helson at Western, because she's a chant scholar. So she just threw all of this fascinating stuff with manuscripts at me, of which I've tried making sense for so many years before I actually became a medievalist myself. So that had always been at the back of my mind. I was training with her extremely helpful guidance, and she's such a big influence in my life for that reason, and for many other reasons. But that's where it started. And when I got to Oxford, I was assigned to a medievalist, Dr. Elizabeth Eva Leach, as my supervisor, and she guided me using all of that material that I brought to her. And ultimately, I am situated now in this world of chant scholarship from the Middle Ages.
Wow. Now, you're carrying on this type of work. I understand you have a position in London, Ontario, this coming year. Can you tell us a little bit about that? And congratulations on that position.
Thanks, Lydia. That is also very much informed by my interest in ecclesiastical music and church music, and how it all ties up together to make sense of how we celebrate services today in a religious setting. Although I don't have a background in the Christian religion, I wasn't born and brought up in it, but the transcendental beauty of music, honestly, which is celebrated so very vividly at church, is kind of what ties me to this, and the scholarly background that I have recently been accumulating. So I just hope that this year at Huron University, I will be practicing that very music in this ecclesiastical setting, and hoping to inspire some younger students the way I was inspired by my professors not very long ago.
So Sharang, thank you very, very much. We look forward to making music. Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia.
Thank you.